Everyone, welcome back. Let's continue from where we left off. Next question is from Starblazers 1969.
How many video games do you own now? Is it over 2,000 games?
Actually, I am just short of 2,000. I mean, I have a couple. I'm looking at my database now, and I have 1,961 games. But I do have a couple of games I haven't put into that database yet, but it's not 39. So I am just short of 2,000 games. Some of those are like virtual console games. I counted that in there as well. Stuff that you download on Xbox 360 and PS3. I'm not including PC games in that count. I have a couple of those, but even then, I don't think it would be over 2,000. Yeah, it's not over 2,000, but it will be shortly. Definitely in a few months. Next question is from KB Games.
What made you decide to make YouTube videos?
Well, I think it's just the fact that I like making videos, and I like video games, and I had a camcorder, and I just want to get my opinions out there, I guess, if, what little of my opinions I actually do put out there. But, it's just to have fun. That's pretty much all it is. If I wasn't having fun doing this, I wouldn't be doing it. Yeah. Next question is from N64 Player 9.
Where can I get the album for your Neo Geo song from your last tag video?
Actually, that's not my song. What he's referring to is a tag I did that was called As Hilarious as Retro Gamer VX. And one of the questions, it was a really weird tag, and one of the questions I had to sing to my favorite console. And I sang a Neo Geo song with the Neo Geo. But that is actually the song on a YouTube channel named Nathan Bart. Is it Nathan Barnett? It's Nathan J. Barnett, and he does the character of Keith Apicary, and they did a music video for the Neo Geo, and I just sang the lyrics. If I remember to, I will put a link to that video in the description box. It's very entertaining if you haven't seen it. Next question is from Star Soldier 1.
What is the first ever NES game you ever played?
The first NES game I ever played was this, Kung Fu. It's over at a friend's house, and I think they only had 2 games, Super Mario Brothers and Kung Fu, and we just happened to be playing this when I came over, and I gave it a shot, and this was the first Nintendo game I ever played. Next question is from Wolfie 40 Ounce. What's the question?
How many NES games do you own? Is it your goal to own every one made?
I currently own 243 NES games, and it is not my goal to own every one. I think that would drive me crazy and drain my bank account. Especially since I don't focus primarily on the NES. I don't focus primarily on anything. I just focus on video games in general. So if I were to say, hey, I want all the NES games, then I'd have to say, well, I want all these games too. I want all the Neo Geo games. I want all the Xbox 360 games, and I want all the Atari 2600 games. And that's just not feasible, I think. Even if I had the money, space-wise, it would just be crazy. So, no, it's not my goal to own every one. Next question is from Stop Moss.
What is your opinion on the Ghouls and Ghosts series?
My opinion is that they are very good games, very difficult, and they have some of the best music in any video games. They're just great Capcom games. I'm not an expert at them by any means. I haven't really played them a whole lot, but the whole series is just great. They're really, it's kind of crappy the way it makes you play through the game twice to beat it, but for a hard game, it just shows no mercy. And that's something that games today just don't do. Games today don't show you mercy. They like, oh, you can't play the game, well, let me make it easier for you. Oh, look, we need hits, we need tutorials, and we need all this other stuff. Whereas that game is just brutal. And it's good brutal. Very rarely is a game, very, very difficult, but not because it was difficult because the game sucks, but because it actually requires the player to have a firm grasp of the game. Not luck, but actually playing it good. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Next question is from Mr. Intellivision.
What is your all-time favorite system that you enjoy the most?
my favorite system that I enjoy the most is probably the Neo Geo, just because I always wanted one, and when I got one, it just has the best arcade games. When you plug it in your TV, it's like transporting you back to that 90s arcade scene that I like so much. It's like playing the games that I saw in the arcade, so that's why I think it's my favorite system. Next question is from Ibrini. I guess that's how you say it. What's your question?
How much money do you think you have spent overall on games?
Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer. I really have no idea, but surely it's a few $1,000s. That's about as deep into an answer as I can get to with that. I really haven't kept track of how much I spent on video games. Next question is from Vulgar Screens.
Where were you born?
I was born on Earth. But if you'd like a more detailed answer, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, on the North American continent. Sandwiched between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans on the planet Earth. With one moon. I hope that's a detailed enough answer. Next question is from Resurrect This.
What is your favorite horror game series?
I'm not a really big fan of the survival horror genre. I have played a few of the games. I'm not a really big fan overall. I will just say that my favorite then is Resident Evil, just because I have played a few of those games. I actually did play Resident Evil 2 all the way through, but it's just not my cup of tea anymore. I prefer more action-oriented or more unique games, as it were, not so much the survival horror aspect or the third-person shooter or whatever. I haven't even basically Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 are the only ones I played. So make of that as... And I didn't like Silent Hill at all. I couldn't even get through the demo for that. It's just not my type of game. So we'll leave it at that. Next question is from Borth's Videos.
Did you have fun at the Mario Galaxy 2 launch party? Did you meet any cool people? Did you get to play the game, etc.?
Yeah, Mario Galaxy 2 launch party was pretty cool. Some of the people that were there were actually YouTube accounts. So when I posted my videos on there, they responded. I kind of knew who they were, but really didn't talk in the store at all. I mean, I was with my fiance at the time, and I just basically hung out with her all the time. And did I get to play the game? Yes, I did. Waited in line, played it for a little while. But basically, we were just there to get the game. We got the game, went home, went to sleep, and then played it the next day. So, man, got a little too excited there. Next question. Next couple of questions are from the Devil Burning. Question.
If you could get away with it, would you melt cheese on yourself in a tanning booth? If so, and you had to choose between jalapeno cheddar and Pont Levique, which would you pick?
No, actually, I don't like tanning at all. I prefer my skin to be the pasty white as it appears under the light. I'm not into tanning at all, so the entire cheese question is entirely irrelevant. So, no cheese, no tanning. What's your second question?
You are on an island and will remain there until you die. Pick one music album, one TV show, one movie, one drink, one meal, and one video game that you will be stuck with until death. Yes, you will have a TV and music player, generator, etc., and there is no escaping the island at all.
Okay, now the funny thing about this is, as long as it is, it's not a question. It's a bunch of statements. It's telling me that I am on a desert. I'm on an island. It's not asking me what would be the items I would pick. It's just saying pick one. But I will treat it as a question anyway. So my music album, one album, only 12 to 16 songs. That's crazy. I don't know. Are you sure I can't have like an MP3 player with all my songs? Anyway, I don't know. That's kind of a hard choice, because if I picked an album and I would listen to an album over and over again, it would eventually drive me crazy regardless. But I'd have to say, something by Man or Astro Man. I'll be right back. Actually, I was going to go find an album, but it's so buried deep, I don't feel like digging it out. I think it's called EVAC by Man or Astro Man. That would be the one music album. The one TV show would obviously have to be Mystery Science Theater 3000. The drink, Arnold Palmer's. One meal. I'm assuming that I choose one drink and I get unlimited refills and unlimited meals, but it'd just be maybe steak with horseradish sauce, steak cooked rare, horseradish sauce, maybe some french fries and a salad with ranch dressing, tomatoes, cucumbers, all that good stuff. And one video game. One video game, huh? Gee, I don't know. Beatmania 2DX red, 11 style red. That's what I'm gonna have to go with. Yes, there will be a TV and music play, blah blah blah. Okay, the rest of that is just I don't know what you'd call it, but yeah, there's the answer to that particularly goofy non-question. Alright everybody, it looks like I ran out of time on this video. I'll continue these questions in the next video, which should be uploaded the next day, barring any unforeseen circumstances. See you then.
Ding 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 ding, victim!